Ivan Provorov screwing me over last night. Dude had 5 opportunities to hit that over 2.5. Got 3 blocked, 2 missed, 2 blocked by the same guy. It's all right. We move on. It's okay. That one pissed me off, though. So let's get right into this November 16th, and let's start off in the NHL, and let's go Claude Giroux over 0.5 assists at -108 on FanDuel. You know I always got to target those shitty Buffalo Sabres. You know what I mean? I always got to target the bad Buffalo Sabres. You know, they're coming off a back-to-back yesterday. Even if they weren't coming off a back-to-back, I would have targeted them in this. You know, same thing we did with Connor Garland yesterday. We're going to do that with Claude Giroux, but this time we're going to go with an assist. You know, same old thing. You know, they gave up 5 goals against the Canucks, and it's bad. You know, Craig Anderson was in the net yesterday. It's most likely going to be Eric Comrie in the net tonight. He gave up 6 goals in his last start against Vegas. He's not had above an 87% save rate all season long, so it's going to be a mess in between the pipes for Buffalo. 31 points Buffalo has allowed to the top unit in the last 5 games. Giroux has also had an assist in 3 straight games. And, you know, in the last 8 times on the top unit, he's had an assist 4 times. So 50%, he's hitting it right, cutting it right in half. 50% of the time, he's getting an assist. So give me Claude Giroux over 0.5 assists. I just really think he's going to hit this one, especially being on the top unit and what they allowed to that top unit. So give me Claude Giroux there. Let's move on to the Blackhawks versus the Blues. Under 6 at -105 on DraftKings. Let's just be real. Both these teams suck ass. Like, let's just be real. They suck. Both these teams are trash. Hawks in their last 5 games are averaging 1.2 goal final through 60, which is the bottom of the NHL through that span. St. Louis is at a 2.5, which is 7th worst. They just don't know how to find the twine. They just don't know how to get it past the goaltender and find the twine. And on top of that, and then in the Blackhawks, they're 6th best in the last 5 games when it comes to goals allowed through 60 at 2.36. St. Louis is middle of the pack, but let's look at these 2 goaltenders that are most likely going to be in the net for both of these teams. Jordan Binnington versus Arvid Soderblom, the young stud who's really, really playing well, man. I was hating on him, but man, he's actually doing pretty well. Let's start off with Binnington. Had a 45 save banger against the lethal Colorado Avalanche the other day. I mean, that's as good as it gets. You have 45 saves against the Colorado Avalanche, the defending Stanley Cup champions. You know, him coming off a game like that, I don't want to mess with him. Soderblom against the Ducks had 39 saves on 42 shots. So, you know, these are 2 goaltenders that had a lot of volume in their last games and were getting the stops. And they're about to play 2 teams that just can't put, you know, they just don't put the puck on net. Both are at the bottom when it comes to that. The only thing that's kind of a little scary is they're both giving up in the last 5 games. They're getting up a lot of shots against through 60. But even with that, I'm not even scared because they just don't know. Both these teams just don't know. It's going to be a lot of play in the neutral zone. It's just gonna be a mess. It's just not gonna be a lot of setups in the offensive zones. It's just I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be, and even if there is gonna be shots, Binnington versus Soderblom, I really, really just think that they're gonna just the games that they came off, their last games they came off, they're gonna get it done in this game for both these squads. The Hawks are 19th in covering the over/under this year. They're 7-8. They're 7-8, which is good. 14th at home at 4-4. The Blues are 24th with a 6-6-2 record. 29th on the road with a 2-5-1 record. Blackhawks have not covered this particular over in 6 straight games. St. Louis is 1-3-1 in their last 5. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. They're both at the bottom in covering the over/under. Blackhawks haven't done it in 6 straight, and in St. Louis 1-3-1. I just don't see a lot of offense in this game. This thing will get to maybe 5. A 3-2 win by St. Louis. It's not hitting 6, and if it barely hits 6, we'll take the void. And it just barely hitting the 6. But I really see this thing going under 6, and it's almost at plus money. I like this one. Give me the Blackhawks and Blues under 6 at -105 on DK. Let's move over now to Anze Kopitar over 2.5 shots on goal at plus 125 on DraftKings. 8 of 15 guys have hit this against Edmonton in their last 5 games on the top unit. I know Kopitar's only hit this in 2 of his last 5 games, but I just think it's a big game against Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and this just lethal Edmonton Oilers offense. Oilers they've been bad at, giving up shots. They're giving up the 4th most shots against through 60 in the last 5 games at 36.1. I just have a feeling, I know Kopitar's been a little bit struggling, but I like the shots they're giving up. I like that 8 of 15 guys, over 50%, are hitting it on the top unit where Kopitar is going to be. I don't know, man. I just feel like the veterans are going to have to show up in this big matchup. And I see him hitting this. I love the juice here, and I don't know. I just love that he's on the top unit, and it's Anze Kopitar. You know what I mean? It's Kopitar, man. So I feel like he's going to hit this one. Over 2.5 shots on goal at plus 125 on DraftKings. And let's get to our last one. This one is a kind of trust your gut. This, I'm not going to lie. LaMelo Ball over 22.5 points at negative 105 on DK. I know. You're probably looking at me like, what the hell, dude? I know. I feel like LaMelo's waiting to explode. He's played 2 games this year, and he's not even come close to this total. But this is a perfect breakout spot for LaMelo Ball. The Pacers give up the 5th most points per game at 117.2, and they have the worst 3-point percentage D, and they're giving up 39.3% from beyond the arc. Also, I like that the Pacers are giving up the third most free throw attempts per game at 26.8. LaMelo can draw some fouls, get to the free throw line. I don't know. To me, I look at the 3-point percentage D they're giving up. I love that in his last game, he took 15 threes. I know he didn't sink a lot of them, but he still took 15. It's a bad defense. He might get to the line a decent amount in this game, possibly splash a decent amount. If he took 15 threes his last game, splashing from beyond the arc against a bad 3-point percentage D, LaMelo needs to explode, and I think this is the game that he can do it. I feel like he can get to 25 to 30 in this game. Again, this might be a trust your gut, but I just look at some of these statistics. I look how this is close to plus money, and I feel like if there's going to be a game soon that LaMelo's going to ball, it's going to be this one. So give me LaMelo Ball over 22.5 points at negative 105 on DK. This one might be the one that really F's me in the butt, but we're going to go with it anyway. So this has been Booksmart, and I'll talk to you guys later.